No, you're okay? All right, guys. How you guys doing today?
Good, sir.
All right. So today we're going to be talking about our leadership topic of the Leadership Creed. What's the first sentence of the Leadership Creed? As a Mike Giles Family Karate instructor, you what? Go ahead and say it. Everybody say it. 1, 2, 3, go. First one.
As a Mike Giles Family Karate instructor, I will teach this class as the most important class I'll ever teach.
Okay. So what does that mean? Does anybody know what that means? Yes, Mr. Burkett.
I think it means that if you have to teach the SWAT class the best you can.
Okay. Yes.
You're showing an example of what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be doing it. You're listening.
Yes, and so that's what you guys are telling me is technical. But we have to think about something emotional. It's called enthusiasm. Everybody say enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
So when you're a teaching class, you have to think that Chuck Norris or Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan or Jet Li are standing right in front of you taking class at your school. And then how would you be? Would you be straight or not?
Yes, sir.
Would you be playful? Okay, so you have to think. Even the most littlest baby that's fidgety could be Chuck Norris's grandkid. Think about it. So you have to think to yourself, how can you have the best class you can? And make sure that it comes from your life, not a fake class. Do you guys understand?
Yes, sir.
What's the second line? 1, 2, 3, go!
As a Mike Giles Family Karate instructor, I am patient and enthusiastic.
What does that mean? Anybody know? Yes.
So say there's like a kid who doesn't exactly get right away how to throw something, then you be patient with them so you can so they can get it right, and you're you're enthusiastic by being where you're being you're not saying they're great at it even if they're bad, but you're saying that they could do better in a nice way, and then you're enthusiastic.
Wow, that's pretty good, Paulina. I've got to see you out on the deck more often. Yes.
You can try to encourage them.
Right. And what's the best way to encourage? Yes, ma'am. Oh, almost.
The 3-step
Praise, correct, praise. That's one example. But the best example is to be the best example.
Which is the last line, sir.
No. Yeah. Because really, if you show and you show it really well, that student wants to copy you. Who would agree with me on that?
Me, sir.
Because they think that's the coolest thing in the world. You've done it with enthusiasm. You've done it with fun and excitement. So they want to do the same thing. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes, sir.
But if you say, okay, you got to kick like this. Do you think they're going to kick like that?
No, sir.
You think they're going to get excited about it? I mean, you know.
No, sir. They're going to start kicking lower and lower. And when they're brown
So
belt,
we
they're
have to
going
set
be
the
kicking
example.
Like this.
We have to set the example. Who would agree with me on that?
Me, sir.
Last is it the last one?
Yes, Daddy.
Okay. The last instructor, the line of the instructor creed. Go.
As a Mike Giles Family Karate instructor, I lead by example.
And so that's what we just talked about, leading by example. That doesn't mean coming in with a uniform that's all dirty, or coming into SWAT and you're looking like this, I don't want to. It's very important as a leadership student to learn how to lead. And so if you are faking, then pretty soon you're going to be coming to me anyway and telling me you want to quit. Okay? But if you are trying to become a leader and trying to become an assistant instructor and instructor, when it gets tough, you're going to come to me and ask me what to do. This child was difficult. What do I do? How do I deal with that? But when you decide to be an island unto yourself, all by yourself, then what happens is you get frustrated and you want to quit. So it's really important to use the leadership core as you can, okay? So, really quick, these points are so important. What is an exciting and dynamic class? Does anybody know?
Exciting and dynamic class? Well, where you work on the stuff, but you also engage the students and make it fun for them.
What? She's going to be a good instructor one day. Give her a hand. Yeah, that's right. Yes. And so classes should be what?
Exciting.
And what?
Like,
Dynamic.
what does that mean?
It means like if I teach you how to do a front punch and I just teach you how to do it just like aya, 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 the next day you might not come to class. But if I say, all right, we're going to do middle punch, let's go, aya, aya, all right, stop. No, now we got to do it 20 times, really fast, who can do it? And then go, and then wait, stop, now we got to do it really slow. So those are dynamic ways of doing the same exercise but differently. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And then that keeps the excitement for them. And when you are encouraging, when you're swatting and they're doing whatever Master Kasi or myself are asking them to do, when you encourage them, that really motivates them to do it. Like, wow, those punches are really fast. You really did good. And that's what helps makes the class dynamic. You guys understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next thing is,
The Golden Dragon Patch.
in just a minute, I will talk about the Golden Dragon Patch. All right. So, like I said, you want to make that example of maybe it might not be Chuck Norris, it might not be Bruce Lee, it might not be any of those guys, Jackie Chan, anybody. But what if their daughters came in with their grandkids? Would it come back to those famous martial artists that this school was good or bad? Either way, do you think it would?
Yes, sir.
So we have to think of all of those kids. Whatever kid is out there, it could be a famous martial artist's grandchild. Or it could be somebody's son that is very good in martial arts that's famous, but they can't say. So you got to look at it like that too. You got to say, wow, I might be teaching somebody who's really important, so I got to really try my best. And everybody in front of you is very important. You got to remember that, okay? You guys understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here's a good saying. Students won't care how much you know until they know how much you care. What does that mean? Yes. That's exactly right. They have to be able to trust you. Like if I say, Kai, jump up, Kai. Yes, and all right, let me see that horse riding stance. Oh, so good. That's such a good horse riding stance. And let me see your middle punch. Oh, so good. That was so, oh, have a seat. Does he trust me? Yeah, because I asked him to do something and he knows exactly what I asked him to do. But if I went like this, Kai, can you do something for me? Can you show a really good example? Let's see, horse riding stance. Oh, sweet, that was really good. Let me see, middle punch. Oh, that's excellent. That's what I'm looking for. And then I say, that's a good example. Does he trust me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, have a seat.
But didn't he trust you before, too?
He did, but then what happens is your psyche, the thing inside of your head that knows the right thing, like when you guys are, how many people know you're doing bad when you're acting bad? Go ahead, raise your hand. Mm-hmm. Well, that's your psyche, and it's telling you, stop it! Don't do it! Oh, Dad's going to yell at us now. Right? Right or wrong? Yes?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, our psyche also tells us, all right, we got to do this right. And if we do it right and teach people how to do it right, it's better than just faking. Do you understand?
Sir.
Okay. Lead by example, what we were talking about again. You have to show great focused effort in what you're doing. Do you guys understand?
Sir.
All right. So that concludes the Leadership Creed lecture, and the test will be on the lecture itself, okay? And the bonus answer is going to come from one of you guys off of that right there. All right? Thank you, guys.
Are you going to put that on YouTube?
It'll be on YouTube. Yes, it will be.